Now, you may or may not recognize this lady. If she was standing, you would most certainly recognize her. Ellen Ross, we've continued to talk about the last time you were here on the show. You stand about how tall?
5'11".
No, with
Almost
your,
6 foot.
with the 6
yeah,
foot,
yeah.
right.
I might be about 6'1" today.
And your hubby is...
He's 6'5".
He's only
Yeah.
6'5",
Yeah.
you know, so I do remember feeling very, very short when you guys were on last time. But welcome. Thank you for coming
Of
back.
course, I'm so happy to be here.
Yeah, we like to keep up with guests, and you know, I've seen you. You're very public with things usually
Yeah.
when you're doing things, and very helpful information. If you don't, you should follow her. You've always been very forthcoming about needing to be aware of your well-being.
Yes.
Mentally.
Yes.
You know, physically, spiritually.
Yes.
Something that we all need, but you know, as a result of this crazy pandemic that the world has gone through, and people retreating and going into their homes and such, you found that you were met with another monster or a beast or something you had to overcome. Talk a little bit about what you've been going through.
Sure. Yeah. I spoke on this just a little bit last time I was here. Just mental health in general, and kind of my healing journey, and how yeah, I've dealt with depression, anxiety for many, many years.
And so surprising, because when people look at you, you're so put together, you're beautiful, you've had wonderful experiences. I mean, you were a stylist to the stars. And that's what is just so surprising to a lot of people.
Yeah.
You may look so together, and inside you're like, I'm dying inside.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. You know, those things just don't discriminate. You know, anyone could be struggling, and you wouldn't know it.
Right,
So
right.
be kind to everyone.
Be kind.
Yeah.
She always says that. And, you know, you wouldn't know it until you just flat out put it out there on Facebook, that you're back, you're feeling better, you've taken care of yourself. We were talking before we came on, and it's really in society taken on really cool names, like what did you call it? The Mom Wine Society?
Yes,
or
Mommy Wine Club.
Mommy Wine Clubs.
Yeah, you know, you see the T-shirts and the mugs and all that.
Yeah. And, you know, what may be lurking behind that are women who are really crying out for help.
Yes.
You know?
And that's exactly what happened to me.
Okay.
No one was aware. No one knew. It was never outwardly visible that I had a problem.
Right.
But I have been struggling with alcohol abuse for the past year or two. And that's not how the Lord wanted me to be living.
Yeah.
He didn't want me surviving or
Right.
numbing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what's so eye-opening, if for a moment you will just step back and take a look, you also have 2 young ones, and you had dedicated yourself to go home and to be a more attentive mom, and day in and day out, them looking at you, even though you felt like you had this secret and you were still present, you knew, and it was eating away at
Yes.
you. Yeah.
Yes, it really was. But I have been sober for 87 days.
Bravo.
Very proud, very
She
proud.
says she'll never go. I ask, you know, do you think you'll go back to the occasional glass? And you're like, no, I don't want to.
Yeah.
You want to remain alert, aware,
Yes.
wide awake.
I want to be present.
Yeah.
With every moment.
Yeah.
With my kids every day.
Yeah.
And it's been absolutely wonderful.
Yeah. You said that you have to do things like you have to take care of yourself. And there are certain ways you can do that. You know, a lot of times people will jump immediately to, well, let's take care of ourselves. Let's go to the spa. Let's do this.
Right.
But you've found some really neat ways to make yourself feel better.
Yes. And some of those things include going to bed and waking up the same time every day.
Right. Getting sleep.
Having more structure in my day. Also, you know, really meditating on scripture and getting into the Word, and doing my deep breathing exercises, and using my healthy coping skills and mechanisms that I've learned in treatment and in therapy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's something that you knew you needed to do. You wanted to go out and get those tools to put in your toolbox to bring home to be a better you.
Yeah.
And man, I mean, you could see it, you know, just the way you lit up and you spoke about it. And that took courage. And for that, kudos.
Thank you. It can be so, so scary. Saying out loud, I have a problem.
Right.
Or especially, because things are so stigmatized, not
Yes.
only mental health, but also addiction.
Sure.
It's so stigmatized. But I am a huge proponent for not having to wait until things are so bad
Right.
or you've hit rock bottom to reach out for help.
Sure.
You don't have to wait that long. My biggest hope and my biggest motivator for sharing what I share, which, there's a lot of people that are like, I
No.
wouldn't do that. But I think it's so, so powerful to share our stories. Just even for the fact that it could make someone feel less alone. Or you
Absolutely.
could, it's almost like putting yourself out there for anyone that doesn't have anyone to reach out to.
Right.
They can reach out to me, and I'm happy to provide resources.
Oh,
Resources.
very
yeah.
important. Yeah.
Numbers to call.
Right. Right.
Different places to look into for help, things like that.
Perfect. Yeah. Well, thanks so much for coming on.
Yes.
Anything else?
I don't think so.
All right. Thank you, Ellen. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
And we'll be right back.
Thank you guys so much for checking out the show. If you guys could do us a huge favor, go like and subscribe on YouTube. Check out the other videos. They're going to be great. It's going to be great. It's good. It's great. It's great. What the frick are you guys still doing here? Go subscribe.